everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of Cooking with Chef Aaron. Today, we are going to be setting foot in the Middle East as we explore the country of Lebanon. And just for a fun fact, this country was very recently added to Google Street View at the end of 2024. It was just recently added to Street View along with other countries such as Kazakhstan, Sao Tome and Principe, Oman, and Liechtenstein. I know this because I'm a huge geography nerd and I play GeoGuessr. So anyway, this country was kindly requested to me by Sharif Kossous. Sharif, if you're watching this video, I'd like to give a big shout out to you. Thank you so much for your request. And as always, I hope to receive more requests from other people sometime in the future. So anyway, let's get into it. What do I think of Lebanon? Well, to start this review off, I'm going to talk about the capital and largest city, which is called Beirut. And as you can see here, this city looks very nice the way it is because it has architecture that's very similar to major cities that you would see in Florida, like such as Miami. The architecture is very nice. It's very like ocean-like. It's very close to an ocean. The kind of exotic like resort type architecture. Beirut has architecture very much like that, and it's really cool with the way it is, and nice and colorful, kind of futuristic. And yes, it's really nice the way it is. Though not exactly my favorite type of futuristic architecture, because if you look at more futuristic buildings in other countries, I'm more into the architecture of Turkmenistan and Kazakhstan, countries like that. And now we are going to shift our attention over to the second largest city in Lebanon, which is called Tripoli, not to get confused with the Tripoli that we see in Libya. So this city is also very nice because it has a lot of like Greek influenced architecture. The buildings look very Greek, and there's a lot of buildings that look very similar to what you found in my mulch episode of Cooking with Chef Aaron. There's not a lot of colors going on here. It's mostly just white buildings, but they're very like ancient. They have somewhat of an ancient Greek vibe to them, and they're very picturesque with the way they are. And yes, I really like them with how they look. And now I'm going to go over to the third largest city in Lebanon, which is called Sidon. And there's not really a whole lot to this city. It's mostly just stone architecture from what my research shows. But still, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good city for what it is. It's very like ancient architecture. It's very typical of the Middle East. And yes, I really just like it a lot. And to wrap up this review, I'm going to talk about the rural parts of Lebanon now. And as you can see here, in these landscapes, these rural areas, it doesn't really look too much like a Middle Eastern country. You wouldn't really think it's a Middle Eastern country just from looking at a landscape photo, because when I look at this, it kind of looks similar to states that you would find in the U.S., like particularly like northern, like central states. I guess you could say kind of like Kansas, or maybe like Colorado or things like that. Yeah, it kind of looks more American in my eyes, and overall, I think I would probably have to give the country of Lebanon B-. Okay, so with my review out of the way, we are now going to head into my kitchen, and we're going to be making Lebanese beef kafta. And what this consists of is beef, ground beef that's mixed with onions and parsley and a bunch of other spices. And we're going to be serving it alongside some vermicelli rice, and I'm sure this will be a pretty easy recipe to make, not like the El Salvador one where I made the chilaquiles and those kind of failed and I had to improvise. But yeah, this will be a good recipe, and I hope to see you guys in the end. So follow me to my kitchen and we'll get started. Okay, so in order to make the Lebanese beef kafta, the ingredients you will need are as follows. We have over here, we have 1 pound of ground beef, and over here we have 3 rounds of vermicelli noodles, and on this plate we've got 1 onion that's been cut to smallish pieces. And over here, I know I have 2 cups of water, but you will actually need 4 cups of water in this recipe, and my measuring cup only holds up to 2 cups, so you'll actually need 4 cups of water. That's 4 cups of water. And I have over here 2 cups of rice, and I have half a teaspoon of salt, and I have over here half a cup of parsley, And in these ramekin cups, what I've got is I've got 2 teaspoons of allspice, half a teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of coriander, half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, half a teaspoon of salt, and a quarter teaspoon of black pepper. And we're going to get started right now. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is, for health and safety purposes, make sure your food processor is unplugged first, as you're going to be putting some contents inside of it. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your parsley and add it all to the food processor as such. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my onion and I'm going to add it all to the food processor as well. And again, for health and safety purposes, make sure your food processor is unplugged. Okay, and now that your onions and parsley are inside your food processor, you can now put your lid back on, as such. Okay, so now we are ready to turn on our food processor. And we just want to pulse this at low speed and just make sure everything is combined nicely with the parsley, the onions that is. Wow, doesn't it look nice? I don't know if you can really see it on camera, but I'm really liking my nice onion and parsley mixture. And now we're going to move on to the next step, and I'll see you all then. Okay, so now what we're going to do is chew this mixture. We're going to take our ground beef and just break it up into little pieces. Don't add it like all in one big chunk, because then it's just going to get messy. It might jam the food processor. So just add all of your ground beef to the food processor, like little bit by little bit. Maybe just kind of break it up with your fingers a little bit. Okay, and now that the beef is all added, we're going to put our lid back on the food processor. We're going to hit our power button, and we'll see if this does a good job pulsing. Let's hope for the best. Here we go. Okay, that is looking pretty good. So now I'm going to transfer the mixture to a bowl, and I'll see you all in the next step. Okay, so as you can see, I have now transferred my mixture from my food processor to a big, large bowl. And doesn't it look nice, as you can see here? Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take all my spices, I'm going to apply them all to the meat mixture, and I'm going to mix with my hands. Okay, so here is my cayenne pepper powder, my allspice, salt and pepper, cinnamon, cumin, and coriander. Okay, so now I'm going to mix this with my hands. Mix this all together with my hands so everything is nicely combined, all the spices. And it's starting to smell really nice. That's for sure. Okay, so I think this is well mixed. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a good amount and I'm just going to rub it all together. And I'm going to create something like this. This is going to be one of the beef kaftas. So I'm just going to put this on the plate. And I'm just going to keep doing this until we're all out of the meat mixture. And I'll see you all then. Okay, so now that you've free-formed your kaftas, they should look something like this, as you can see on this plate here. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some cooking oil. I'm just going to put a good amount inside my frying pan here. And I'm just going to take my tongs, my spatula actually, and I'll spread this all around as such. And now I am going to turn on my stove. And I'm just going to apply each beef kafta respectfully to the pan, doing it nice and carefully so that they don't fall apart. Aren't they beautiful? Okay, so as you can see, my beef kaftas are nicely cooked. I might just put these on low, just put them on for like a simmer, like maybe I'll keep watch over them. And while these kaftas continue to simmer, I'm going to put some oil in my pot. Spread this all around as such. And to my pot, I am going to add my vermicelli noodles. Okay, and I'm just going to mix these all around and toast them so that they're all nicely browned, and I'll see you all then. Okay, so just to give you guys a quick tip, when adding the vermicelli noodles, of course you want to break up the rounds. You can't just put the rounds in as is. That was really silly of me, sorry about that. So yeah, you just have to break them up, and we'll just wait for them to turn a nice golden brown. I'll see you all then. Okay, so as you can see, my vermicelli noodles are starting to turn nice and brown now. So to this pot, I am going to add my 2 cups of rice, as well as 4 cups of water. Last but not least, to this mixture, I'm going to add my half a teaspoon of salt. Okay, I'm just going to mix this all up. And I'm just going to cover this and let this cook for 15 minutes. Alright, and this should be the final product of your rice, vermicelli, and beef kaftas. So now I'm going to plate it, and there is one final step before serving. I'll see you all then. Alright, and my beef kafta dish is pretty much done. All I have to do now is just take this parsley and just garnish it all over. So just like this. Alright, and now I am ready to serve this on my plate. Alright, I am ready to dig into this. I'm going to start with the rice. I've got a good forkful right here, rice and vermicelli. Let's try it. This is very nice. The rice tastes really good with the vermicelli. The salt really adds a kick to it. It's really good. And the parsley is nice as well. The parsley garnish, it really makes it taste phenomenal. Now let's try beef kafta. Alright, here's the main part, the beef kafta. Let's see what I think of this. Really good. The spices make it feel like an authentic Middle Eastern dish. I give this 2 thumbs up. Yay! Okay, and this is my finished product served on my placemat. And I've served it alongside a nice glass of Lebanese guava juice. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in my next episode. Take care. Bye.